This is with his new adopted family, which is why.
Oh, is that the new family?
Yeah. So she named him Roger after my dad. Well, when he delivered him to the new owners, the little boy was calling him Duke. They wanted to name him Duke, and then TJ kept calling him Roger. So TJ told him why his name Roger, and the little boy. Well, that settles it. From now on, his name is Duke Roger.
Oh, that's cute.
And the Duke was my dad's absolute favorite. So.
Oh, that's really cute. Yes. It is. Do you know how much this thing costs? It costs a lot. Do you know how much it costs? A lot more money. So let me tell you, Alex, when I was doing my budget reduction strategy, and I would get down to brass tacks, I was like, which corporate contract can I make out? This is the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, during the war, we didn't have to a lot of time just especially like if you remember, yeah, because if it was color, it would be really so we just, it doesn't even matter. Except for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be easy. Yeah, print whatever I want.
Oh, you looked at these, right? These are okay.
I mean, I was like, I haven't signed these, but apparently I didn't need to. Alex, you gotta roll. You gotta roll with it.
Did we find more of the new friends? Well, actually, you're so in the can you so weird. All right, well. Are we expecting a 4 o'clock start? Okay. So it's in origin portal. Okay, wait, but there's a new one that I just saved. It's called. It says at the end of it. Use this one, Amy. You see it? Okay. Yeah. Can you? Yeah. Can you print two all? The part where it says 5/8 is actually. The part where it says 5/8. No. Yeah. Can you print two copies of that? On the white page. Because I know you know the colors. Yeah, two copies of it. Staple. Yeah. No, it's not. Anyway.
Any of the what? Actually, you know what? That's not true. I do have any shared Lego Masters. It's on Wednesday nights, but it like shows up on Hulu like after. And that's when I watched it. And it's by Will. And it's like really, and it's like.
This is the Monday, March 9th, 2020, regular meeting for presentations in closed session of the Board of Supervisors, 4 p.m.
So we are reconvening. There is no report out of closed session as I understand it. We're going to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we're going to move to item 7. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we're going to go to item 7, and this is to consider recommendations relating to certificates of appreciation and commendation and proclamations. And may I have a motion? We have a motion. Do we have a second? Thank you. If I can get everyone voting. And item 7 passes unanimously. We now have the honor of presenting proclamations. Today, we have one very special proclamation, and this is a commendation for delegates from Russia for coming here and joining us today. And what I'm going to do is ask that my colleague, Supervisor Cortese, who is the liaison to that commission, join me at the podium to invite up our Russian delegation. So if we could have our Russian delegation come forward. And today, with Supervisor Cortese, we are presenting a commendation to members of a delegation of our sister county in Russia who are visiting this week. Please come forward.
If you'd like to just come around here.
Нас в камеру, чтобы нас на камеру было. Поэтому подходите сюда. Сюда. И за спиной прямо остановитесь, вот так вот лицом туда.
So, Carla, are you part of this delegation also?
I'm working with the local sister county.
Yeah, why don't you come forward as well? I apologize. I saw you and I thought, well, wait, that's a women's commission. Oh, we have Forrest as well. Come on up. What's that?
Their focus is on domestic violence.
Ah, excellent. And I will speak slowly. I haven't been.
You don't have to.
It's my pleasure to extend to you a warm welcome on behalf of the County of Santa Clara and the Board of Supervisors. The Moscow Sister County Commission and Delegation are collaborating on best practices for domestic violence prevention, screening, and victim support. This program was developed in coordination with the County of Santa Clara's Office of Gender-Based Violence Prevention. The newly created office, one of only a few across our country, is dedicated to connecting survivors of violence to the services they need to heal and thrive.
Вся тематика посвящена защите прав жертв домашнего насилия. У нас достаточно новое управление в этом направлении в нашей администрации.
The office is working to develop policies while also focusing on prevention, direct services, research, and training in partnership with a number of county departments and community-based organizations. I wanted to give a very special thank you, and I'm excited to see former council member Forrest Williams, who was one of the first men to make this an issue that men needed to play a leadership role in. I also wanted to extend a very special thank you to Supervisor Cortese, who is not only the liaison with the commission, but has played an incredible leadership role here. In prioritizing and funding work around domestic violence, human trafficking, and sexual assault.
поддержке, приоритетном обслуживании, приоритетном финансировании тематики, связанной с домашним насилием.
I also wanted to thank Carla Collins and her team for partnering with the Moscow Commission to host this delegation.
С комитетом по роднению с Московской областью, совместно с этим комитетом,
Because her office is not yet a year old. How old are you?
6 months old, yeah.
So they're 6 months. They're newborns practically.
нету, им всего 6 месяцев, а они уже принимают иностранные делегации.
To tell us more about this partnership and the commission is Moscow Commissioner Nancy Madison. Welcome.
Да, и Нэнси больше расскажет о сотрудничестве.
The mission of the Moscow Commission is to create connections between citizens in Moscow and citizens in Santa Clara County.
Между жителями Московской области и областью округом Санта-Клара.
One of the primary ways we can do this is by winning grants in order to bring delegations from Moscow to Santa Clara County
Разных делегаций из Москвы и Московской области. I'm fine, thanks.
and from Santa Clara County to Moscow. We have been fortunate to win 6 grants from the Open World Leadership
А в последнее время
Program
нам удалось
Center
выиграть 6 грантов
in
на
Washington,
прием
D.C.
иностранных делегаций по линии открытого мира. И они приезжали сперва в Вашингтон, а затем приезжали к нам.
It is funded by the U.S. Congress,
А сама программа «Открытый мир» финансируется Конгрессом США.
and we feel privileged to host the Open World Delegation on Domestic Violence this
И
year.
на этот раз мы с удовольствием принимаем делегацию «Открытого мира» по тематике домашнего насилия.
We're very thankful to Carla Collins
Очень
for
благодарны
putting
Карле
together a
Коллинз
wonderful professional
то, что
program
она составила и организовала чудесную программу профессионального пребывания.
that highlights both the public and the private organizations that are focused on the
Эта программа
domestic
дает
violence issues.
понимание сотрудничества государственных и негосударственных структур в тематике предотвращения и реагирования на домашнее насилие.
We hope that during the course of this delegation, the delegates will find potential partners that they can
Мы
partner
надеемся,
with
что в
going
течение
forward.
этой недели у делегатов появятся какие-то новые знания, новый опыт, который они смогут привести к себе домой.
In addition to the professional program, the delegates are home hosted
В
with
дополнение к
Santa Clara
профессиональной
County
программе
residents.
на личном уровне делегатов принимают в семьях наших жителей области.
And we arrange for cultural and local excursions.
Мы также организовали им культурные местные экскурсии.
At this point, I would like to introduce Tatiana Sklorodumova,
Вот сейчас я
who is the
Татьяне хочу
facilitator for the
предоставить
delegation.
слово Татьяне, фасилитатору этой группы.
My name is Tatiana Skradumova. I'm from Moscow, and I have been the Open World Facilitator since 2004.
Меня зовут
So
Татьяна Скородумова, я
that's quite a long
фасилитатор
time.
программы «Открытого мира» с
I really
2004
admire this
года.
program, and I think it's very important to build this bridge of friendship between our
Мне
countries.
кажется, очень важно,
And
что
doing
мы
it
проводим вот такие вот
person by
поездки
person
«Открытого мира»
is
к вам
probably the best way.
на основании договора о
So
породнении
I would like to
Московской
ask my
области и
delegates, my
вашей
delegation,
области.
to introduce themselves and
Я
to
хочу сейчас предложить нашим
tell you a couple of words
делегатам
about who
сказать
they are,
пару
where they're
слов
from, and what
о
they do.
себе и о цели их пребывания здесь, нахождения здесь. Подходите по очереди.
Hello, my name is Nastasia. I'm from Moscow. I works attorney with по-русски.
Я здесь.
Я работаю адвокатом и занимаюсь защитой прав женщин и детей, подвергшихся домашнему насилию. Также я работаю со спортсменами и занимаюсь семейным правом и наследственным.
I work as an attorney in Moscow. I provide legal services to women and children who are victims of domestic violence. In addition to that, I provide legal services to the sports community, and I also practice law in family law.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kovalov Nikolai.
I'm a lawyer from Moscow, and I help women in difficult situations. Одним из направлений моей деятельности является в том числе помощь при домашнем насилии.
One of my practices is providing legal assistance to the victims of domestic violence.
И я очень рад посетить Соединенные Штаты и Калифорнию для того, чтобы обменяться опытом с нашими коллегами.
And I'm really happy to visit the United States and California to participate in various exchanges of experience so that we can all enrich our experience.
Хочу поблагодарить вас за такой теплый прием и прекрасную встречу.
I would really like to thank you for a wonderful reception and for such nice meetings. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Ibrianova Galina. I'm from Санкт-Петербург. Я адвокат, и я занимаюсь защитой женщин и детей, пострадавших от домашнего и сексуального насилия.
I'm an attorney, and I provide legal services to women and children who are victims to the domestic violence and sexual offenses.
Также я являюсь экспертом и обучаю сотрудников, которые оказывают помощь таким семьям и женщинам, психологов, педагогов, полицейских, адвокатов.
I'm also an expert, and I provide various types of trainings to the respondents who work with the victims of domestic violence. I mean, to psychologists, to law enforcement, and to other non-government organizations.
И я уже вижу, что отсюда я увезу очень ценный багаж знаний и опыта моих коллег.
And I already know that I will be carrying back home a very valuable baggage of experience that I would gain from my colleagues in the United States.
Который очень поможет мне в моей работе.
That will really help me in my everyday work.
И я хочу поблагодарить вас за гостеприимство.
So I'd like to thank you for your hospitality.
С ответным визитом.
And I would like to extend our invitation to come visit with us in Russia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daria Bolshakova. I would like to thank all of you for this meeting and the whole program of Open World for this chance to stay here. Well, I'm a feminist activist in Russia, in Kaliningrad. I'm also a sociologist. I conduct researches for gender and domestic violence. I write articles and make lectures for our society to be more consciousness. And now I'm also a beginner in our Russian Democratic Party. So thank you.
Добрый день, меня зовут Сергей Смирнов.
Good afternoon, my name is Sergei Smirnov.
Являюсь вице-президентом Московской коллегии адвокатов «Вердикт».
I'm the vice president of the Moscow County Bar Association. The name of that association is Verdict.
И я хочу в первую очередь сказать слова благодарности организаторам этой встречи.
I would like to start with the much thanks to organizers of this wonderful meeting.
Можно сказать, что каждый день для нас это новое открытие.
It would be true to say that every day brings new discoveries to us.
Новый опыт.
New experience.
И возможность подсмотреть лучшие практики.
And a wonderful opportunity to look into and to get acquainted with best practices.
Чему-то научиться.
To learn something.
Что-то забрать себе в качестве.
To bring something back with us.
Очень интересно, спасибо.
It's been so far very, very interesting, and thank you very much for that.
So, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to ask my colleague supervisor Cortese to please present each member of the delegation with a commendation acknowledging your...
Всем сейчас будут вручаться небольшие грамоты, вернее, поздравления в связи с вашим приездом.
And this is to thank you for your leadership.
Это все, мы вручаем это вам за ваше лидерство,
and your bravery.
За вашу смелость.
And I'm sure we're learning as much from you as you are from us.
Я более чем уверена, что мы учимся у вас точно так же, как вы учитесь у нас.
I had the opportunity to travel to Moscow
У меня была возможность посетить Москву
a very, 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 very long time ago,
очень давно.
and to Ekaterinburg,
И также в Екатеринбург.
and found out that Ekaterinburg is a sister city to San Jose.
И я обнаружила, что Екатеринбург – это город-побратим Сан-Хосе.
So when I was speaking, I got asked, did I know Mayor Hammer?
И тогда, когда там говорили, меня спросили, знаю ли я мэра Хэммера.
Because she had hosted the sister city, and I just
Почему?
thought,
Почему? Потому что она принимала
What a small-
породненные города. И я тогда сразу же сообразила, что мир-то маленький.
we're so honored that you're here. We'd like to take a picture with you.
Мы очень благодарны вам за то, что вы сюда приехали. Я хотела бы вашего разрешения на фотографию. Давайте станьте возле меня и будем смотреть туда.
Yes, they'll do it right here, yes. And I'm sorry it's such a small crowd for
Tatiana.
because of the,
It's fascinating.
yeah, how we're reacting. What's that? If any of you would like to join us, please do. Colleagues?
Коллеги, можно так открыть? Это будет красиво.
Thank you.
И можно, знаете, как немножечко бочком встать, чтобы все влезли.
Так бочком, да.
И в другую сторону бочком.
Да. Can you get us in? A little squish here.
Давайте поближе потремся.
One more. This is actually the real one.
На Сашу. Сейчас, нет, на Сашу смотрим.
Now that, yeah. Now, no one blink. I don't know how to translate. So don't
Не моргать.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I apologize that we're not shaking
Yeah, we can do this.
We're doing that.
We have to redo it. It didn't take.
Oh, we have to redo it. Nancy, we have to do it once again. Yeah, it was fun. Let's do it again.
We have some students who are
Good work.
Namaste. One more. Yeah, sorry about that.
Работаем. Работаем.
And does that very rarely happens, huh?
Еще раз.
Can you show your proclamation again? Yeah.
That was just for good measure. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Nice to meet you. Meet you. You have entertainment.
Our meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.